Hi everyone! So we're here. So we're gonna learn how to do pixel art. I prepared like some slides and some other things. So, and you know, we've got the Undertale music. So if you guys want, okay, so because you will be making like your own pixel art later. So if you need like an app to do that, you don't already have an app to do that, I think MS Paint can do it. But if you want something more, I've linked pixelapp.com up top, so you could use that. I've actually tried it. It's pretty good. I'll be using my own pixel app, but you could use that as well. I've already tried it. Just know it has the Aurum seal of approval. Anyway, so we could just yap a little bit. Look at the pinned message on both Twitch and YouTube. I've pinned... Hello, Fritzy. I have pinned a message with a link, and the link is to a free pixel app. Up there. It's pinned. Put on your glasses. Anyway, so... So, before we start, we could, you know, just yap. How's everybody doing? Do you guys go to the bathroom yet? Guys, drink some water. So, crap, I just realized that my slides are kind of, they're not starting at the first slide. Give me a minute. Okay, let's... Hello. You're so slow. Okay, well, you could... I will... DMC is coming back soon. Don't worry. I didn't... That wasn't just a one-time thing. I will be playing it again. I just can't progress too much in the game because I have to do it all on stream. I guess I could try to do it off stream, but then there's gonna be a lot of context missing. Yeah, just be aware that DMC is coming back. Do you remember me? Of course I do. Like, since there's not a lot of you, I remember most people that come by. Do you remember me? Of course I do. Of course, you were here just like yesterday, I think. Okay, not yesterday. I didn't stream yesterday. I streamed on... You were there at the last stream. You remember BB? How much do you remember? What did you eat 2 days ago? Now you're asking questions that are too difficult. You remember me being the funniest chat? I was here everywhere. Like, okay, at most I remember your names and profile pictures, and sometimes if you chat about something consistently, then Then I'll probably remember that too. Tactical Wife Stealer Force. No, I do not remember you. You are... This is my first time seeing you, actually. What many atoms have passed you 2 days ago? I don't know, 3 trillion maybe? Gun. Anyway, so... I guess this is where we yap about stuff. I am your teacher, Miss Aurum. And... you know, just like that one teacher you used to have, I will proceed to yap about my life. So yesterday I slept pretty early. I also I don't know, browsed the internet like. So Fortnite released a new emote that's like this the Doja Cat dance. And then, because of how Fortnite is and how many collabs there are, I think I got to see every fictional character do it. I saw Shaggy! How wide should the head be? I don't know what your specific purpose. I saw Shaggy doing and Scooby-Doo doing the dance like Doja Cat. I saw the main characters of Resident Evil dance like Doja Cat. I saw the gorillas. Also, apparently, speaking of the gorillas, because they also had let's be real, pixel art is easy. Just draw it normally in HD and then downscale it using nearest neighbor method. That's where you're wrong, bucko. How queen should the Don Quixote feet reveal mod be? No, you don't want her to turn into Sancho again. Is that spoilers if you're not too far into the story? My bad. The what? Oh yeah, the gorillas. You know the band Gorillas? Feel good. They have skins in Fortnite now. And also apparently about the gorillas, which is what I was gonna say earlier before I was sidetracked by the Don Quixote feet reveal mod. So what I was gonna say was, there was apparently this old meme of 2D, the guy with the blue hair doing the chicken dance with this really low definition 3D model. And then now that he's in Fortnite, apparently Fortnite has a chicken dance emote, he can do the chicken dance in HD. It's like if the Rickroll was HD upscaled. I don't know, I don't really have much context for that. Anywho, we'll just yap for 10 minutes and then we'll start learning. Start pixeling. Have you thought about what you're gonna make yet? Okay, just a heads up, you guys are at the end of this class, you guys are gonna make an item or a character. And as for how to share it, I'm still thinking of a way. Man, this would be a real convenient time to have anyway. So I have my low quality sprites in my file. Twitter hashtag. Do you guys use the Twitter? If you guys use the Twitter, I'll probably make like a hashtag. Or something else. YouTube has like this community thing where you guys can post. Twitter, you mean X? I still like to call it Twitter. I won't even call it Twitter. It's just the Twitter to me now. That's how much brain rot I have. Anywho, so I think we're ready to start the class. Hello, welcome to class. I am Miss Aurum. You will be learning pixel art. It's time to get schooled. So you'll just be this will be a very basic class, and the aim is for you, the students, to be able to make a very simple piece of pixel art. it doesn't have to be this complicated. It can be as simple as you'd like. You know, think Pokemon walking sprites. So before we start, do you have any questions? So what are you expecting to learn here? Well, this would help me so much if I actually remember. Well, time to start taking notes, boy. Or non-gender specific chat member. Can you teach me how to use negative space effectively? Teach me in Fortnite terms. Okay, so making pixel art is like making... Crap, I don't play Fortnite. Guys. Can I explain it in League of Legends terms instead? Making pixel art is basically like creating a good team composition or learning the mechanics of your champion. It's like learning how to use the qualities of your main to the best of your abilities. Onga bonga dot a go dot picture. You understand? Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's start. So, what is pixel art? Pixel art is art created with limited pixels placed in a pattern. It's an art style commonly associated with other game consoles which had limited graphical abilities. So, yeah, the gaming consoles of the olden days, I'm talking like Nintendo 64 era, Game Boy era. So, basically they couldn't really display much colors or shapes. So unlike the infinite colors and shapes that we have on our modern computer screens, so much so that we've already transcended the second plane and then have moved to the third plane, they didn't have the second plane back then, or maybe they did, but then they but then, you know, for most consoles it was pretty limited. So pixel art was used to create graphics for games. Like, wait, the Nintendo 64 is the one with 3D, right? Dang it. The NES. The NES is the one with pixel art. Even in modern times, with our infinite colors and infinite shapes, pixel art still remains very popular and is used to capture a retro game feel. You know, if you miss the olden days, you can make art in pixel form. What are you... Oh god, no! Beta Sigma! I beg! Beta Sigma, don't do... Anyway. So... You know, just because it's made with a pixel brush doesn't necessarily make it pixel art. So what I said so let's go back to something I said here. It is created with limited pixels placed in a pattern, and you have to think very much about the placement of those pixels. So going back here, the right picture is not... The picture on the right of the troll in the dragon hood is not pixel art. God damn it, Beta Sigma! Should I send you to detention? I don't know. So yeah, this isn't pixel art despite being drawn with the pixel brush. Basically, it's like an illustration, but made with a pixel brush. This isn't pixel art. This is pixel art over here. This here is pixel art because the placement of the pixels is more thought of. It's more thought of, and it's made to evoke games of back in the day. This is actually like a mini game that you could play on the Homestuck website. Like, you could actually move this character and talk to other characters, and their sprites kind of look like this. Drawn with tessellation. Yeah, basically. So, you know, just although you will be like doing a lot of like strokes with the pixel brush, you still need to think about the placement. I'll explain this more when we start doing. So why should you make pixel art? Well, there are a few reasons. It's easy. It's easy to start, but later techniques might take some time to learn. Like, if you want to do animations, it might be a bit tricky. But we won't concern ourselves with that right now. It's fun. You can do it with a mouse. Yeah, I use a tablet, but you could also use a mouse. Like, I think there are people that prefer using a mouse, actually, because it gives them more control. Also, you could make the next indie game sensation. So here are some examples of indie games that use pixel art. Some big games also use it. I kind of wish... Okay, not gonna lie. I kind of wish Pokemon still used pixel art, but let's focus on these ones. Undertale, of course. Undertale also has a limited palette. Like, only... The boss fights don't really have much color. The environments have a bit more color. Stardew Valley uses pixel art. And it's actually... And also, you know, the mods. The mods also have, like, pixel portraits. Omori, the character sprites are illustrated, but the environments are pixel art. And Valhalla is a visual novel with pixel sprites. And pixel backgrounds. Okay. Let's continue. So how do we make pixel art? Here I will explain some parts of pixel art and how they are applied in the pixel art creation process. Do you have any questions so far? Y'all just type in your questions. I'll answer them. Why didn't you pick video? Why didn't you pick gameplay for the others? Well, I just thought the logo would be more representative of them. If you want to look up gameplay, just look it up. Are you planning to make a game? I'd like to make a game, but I don't know how to program. Although I know there are things like RPG Maker. Oh yeah, RPG Maker. Like, I think that requires minimal programming knowledge, and it mostly uses pixel art. So yeah, there's that. I've seen a lot of people make RPG Maker games. And most of them are pixel art themed. Anyway, next. So, how do we make pixel art? I will explain some elements of pixel art, and then we will learn how to use them. Let's start. Sizes. Smaller sizes are easier to work with, while larger sizes allow for more detail. So, since you guys, I'm assuming, are still beginners, you might want to start smaller. Also, a lot of games have smallish spaces for sprites and stuff. So that's what you might want to start with. Here, this avatar. This little profile picture of myself. It's my profile picture on Twitter and Twitch. The 64 one has more detail, while the 16 by 16 one has just kind of the basic suggestion of an avatar. So, yeah, working smaller will make your job easier, but working bigger will give you more detail. Like, the bigger... Also, fun fact, 40 by 40 will show up pixel perfect on Twitter. So... I was gonna say something else. Let me think about it for a moment, right? Dress-up games in the old times, in the older internet, like late 2000s, early 2010s. There were some that were also pixel art, and I think the sprites were like 100. This isn't actual size, by the way. It was really hard to get Canva to like scale it appropriately. Is Ao Oni a horror game? Yes, it is. Although I think the monster in it just looks kind of wacky. I think you could also fit like a full character here. I think like 64 by 64 is the size of Pokemon character sprites in the older games. So let's continue. Lines. So make sure your pixel lines don't look jagged. Here I have like the art I made for this thumbnail and a couple of the lines that zoomed in so that we could see. It's nice to have a constant gradation of lines. Like if you look at the circle, we have 1 dot, 2 dots, and then a couple more dots. Having these edges, I'm not really sure about the name for them, but the edges that are like, you know how these are like dots, but like these are like shapes, can make an effect of like a thicker line. That's what I use for like the eyebrows and stuff. Most programs have a preview window that shows how your art looks. So here is, so yeah. Next. Colors. Most pixel art uses limited colors as the consoles of time could only display it, but now that we have unlimited colors, some people still choose to have limited color palettes. So the pros of a limited color palette would be that it streamlines the creative process. Like you're not constantly, you know, fumbling around the color wheel trying to pick the right color. But then the cons are, you know, it could be hard to choose a color palette. I'll make the Goran Lagan emblem. Did you just become a teacher for the stream? Well, maybe. So, yeah, if you want to find out how best to use a limited color palette, well, I suggest studying up on that color theory. But then, you don't really have to think too much about it because, and I will say this and I will go further into this in the next slide, a good way to pick colors is to have a few main colors and then shades and highlights for each. You actually don't really need black and white. Like, you could replace black and white with a similar darker or lighter color, but I just think it's easier to have it, so black and white is there. So we have blue, brown. So for Daiwa Scarlet over here, her main colors are like blue, brown, or gold. Because brown, like the brown is on her hair and the gold is used to render the decorations on her outfit. I also used, I think, her skin color as highlights for this. And peach for her skin tone and some highlights and stuff. I think this shade of peach is used for highlighting her hair. Dang it! Arrow, point the right way! Okay, yeah. Yeah, this shade of peach was also used for her hair highlight. And gray for her tiara and her shirt. You could count like gray and white in the same place. Also, if you start running out of colors, oh, well, there's red for her eyes, and if you start running out of colors, yeah, that's where the color theory comes in. You're gonna have to figure out how best to the colors. Like, it doesn't really have to be perfect. Look here, I made a bit. Oh yeah, that's where I hid the. You see it? You guys see it? I was wondering why that pixel looked weird. Me of the future. Me of the past was. And if you're having trouble with palettes, since you're still like, you know, starting out, there's places where you could find color palettes of your own. Wait a second. So there's this website that I will link right now, where you can find color palettes for you to start with. It's a website with a lot of color palettes. So if you're a bit like, you know, scared of picking out the number of colors, then you could use that website. It's not an IP grabber, it's just a... Next. Shading. So it goes without saying that cell shading is used for pixel art, like this, what I did here with her neck, her ears, her jacket, to make like this leather feel. However, there's this thing called dithering. If I zoomed in on some parts where I did it, like this checkerboard effect thingy that's on her ears and her necklace. It's used to make an effect of color gradation if you have limited colors. Why'd you hesitate? Well, it's just my way of talking. I'm not very good at talking. Not the best talker. I'm really trying hard not to stutter right now. Also in the background, you can see like some sort of gradient effect. Real question, what circumstances would require you to have a limited color palette? Well, you might want to go for a certain vibe. Like, okay, let's go back. Let's go back a few slides. Like, maybe something like Omori, where you have like a certain color palette that you want to stick to. Or maybe you want to emulate like one of the older game consoles, like the NES or the SNES that had limited colors. The Game Boy. Like, if you observe like Generation 1 Pokemon scans, you'll notice that they only have a few colors. Like, the Game Boy of that time only had 4 colors, I think, and that's what they'd use. So, if you'd like to emulate that sort of art style. The music's a bit too loud, huh? Okay. I'll turn it down a bit. So yeah, next. Animation. If you feel like taking on a challenge, you could add simple animations to your art. Like here, I have a soda can opening and releasing bubbles. That's pretty easy. For characters, you can look at your favorite game, your favorite pixel game, like Undertale or Pokemon, and reference their sprites for walking, running, attacking, I guess. Like, you know, if you're still a beginner at this stage, the best way to learn is by copying. So I was gonna put like some Pokemon walking sprites down here, but I don't want to get sued. Not really. I don't feel like getting into legal trouble right now. This might require a whole different class, actually. So, I'm still learning how to animate myself. So, once I get the hang of this, I'll get back to you on that one. Isn't pixel animation a direct reference to motion capture just on 2D framing? Huh? I don't really understand that question. So this is where we'd start making pixel art. So I've linked the pixel app at the top, so you could use that. But I will be using my usual pixel program. Anyway, this is where you start asking questions. Anyway, so while I'm trying to understand isn't pixel animation just a direct reference to motion capture just on 2D framing? I guess if you're like referencing existing animations or existing movements already, a lot of animators will just do the thing themselves if they're trying to animate the thing, or they'd watch videos on how to do the thing. Can I make Peak with this? Why, of course you can. You can make Peak just like all the other guys that have made Peak. Like, I've played some gacha games that were also pixel styled, but I don't play those anymore. Pixel art isn't really that fashionable for gacha games, I think. Well, you don't need to be super good at art. Like, Toho was made by one guy, and he wasn't that much of an artist, but Toho is still super successful. Like, if you look at his art at the beginning... Oh yeah, the first I think 5 Toho games were made on the PC-98, which meant it had to use pixels. PC-98 is like a Japanese game console thingy. And it had pixel graphics. So yeah, earlier Toho games have pixel sprites, and then later Toho games, I think starting from the 6th, start having, you know, more like smoother drawn sprites. But he's still not really that much of an artist, but still he had like good ideas. He was able to put them out, and Toho is very successful today. So don't let your lack of art skill get in the way of you making peak. As long as you know, there's good gameplay, good story, good music. Emphasis on good music, by the way. But don't expect any how to make music classes soon. Because I cannot make heads or tails of music. Okay, take out your pixel program. It's time to start making. I will be taking out my pixel program as well. This is an intermission. Oh yeah, the left side of my tablet is kind of giving in. Alright, welcome to Ass Sprite. So here on Ass Sprite, wait, let me just move my chat window so that I can see you. Yes, this is a hands-on class. Get studying. Get doing. I'm more of a learn by doing kind of person. So I'd probably find it much easier if I was doing stuff. Don't know how to decrease the ink or how to expand. Just look around. You'll figure it out eventually. There's a thing up there for brush sizes. There's how to resize the canvas. It's somewhere on the side. Okay. Begin. So first you will make an item or a character. I'm just here to listen. I've been doing pixel art for 3 years now. Oh, cool. So wait, do I need to explain how to use the program? Wait, I got this. So give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll just use a picture or something. Image, right, so this is it. I'm showing you in the program itself. Okay, so what you want to do is... What's up, Roland? You want to learn pixel art, Roland? So what you want to do here is saving the stuff. Okay, changing the size of the canvas is somewhere here. Like, you'd have to enter in the numbers. How to brush sizes and stuff. This is where the brush sizes are. You're already on this the art. When you see it, is already kind of zoomed in. When you're there, the art's already kind of zoomed in. This should help you create better on like mouse surfaces. And you know, it's just the usual like this scrolly thing to zoom in, zoom out when you're doing something. I just want to ask, what is pixel art? It's art with pixels on it. So if you could make pixel art doing this. I don't know why my snap to grip is on. Like this. How do you make it bigger? How do you make what bigger? You just scroll in front, or are you talking about like the whole canvas? If you have any other pixel art program that you're comfy using, you could just use that. Okay, let's start. How do you make the canvas bigger? It's here. I think like this button specifically. Hello. Can you add a singular blue pixel for reference? Well, sure, I'll put it here. This button that I am circling right now. This button that I am doing furious loop-de-loops around. You'll have to enter in the numbers though. And you know, the other buttons are pretty straightforward. There's the pen, there's the mirror, there's this there's paint bucket, there's the heck is that? This is the like the line tool, there's the shape stuff. The shape tools will help you very much if you're a beginner. Selections, hands. Oh yeah, this is something that I will give one tip for this program. This here, if you select something and in order to move the thing inside the selection instead of moving the selection itself, you have to press shift and then drag, and then to lock that thing in place you have to press enter, because it kind of annoyed me while I was trying it out. Anyway, let's start. So first you will make an item. Make a thing. So let's make something simple. What about what do you guys want to make? Maybe a camera? Let's make a camera. I mean, I will make a camera. This one's pretty simple because you could... Digital cameras are really trendy right now. I'm not really sure why. Like, my sister unearthed a digital camera we hadn't been using in years. Just to take some pictures. Not really sure what it is about the digital camera, but, you know, I guess it's cool to see something nostalgic come back. So I'll pixel a digital camera. This is just a bunch of shapes right now. I do not miss developing, like having to go to places. Well, thankfully, yeah, you didn't really need to go places to develop digital camera pictures. Just erase the lines. Hello, hello, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, video rentals. I don't know if I lived that long. I think I was like 3 when they stopped being a thing. Can you do a mirror? Yeah, there's a mirror button. The one with the 2 pencils. Like, it's right here. Rented the wrong video. Can you just imagine like renting like say Teletubbies and then you go home and then it's like American Psycho. Like you're just waiting for the Teletubbies to do something and then suddenly, hey Paul! Do you like the Teletubbies? Their early work was a bit too... Dun, dun. Supposed to be the light. I have another blue pixel. I have one. Sure, I'll put it up, here. Not good at understanding cubic mathematics. That's okay, just, it's mostly... At least for me, it's mostly vibes at this point. Even if you're already experienced at pixel art, you could just make something for the fun of it. No problem, CHG. This is supposed to be where you press say cheese. Nimbus pixel art when? Well, when we start pixeling a character. Okay, need to calm down more. My stress is getting overboard with the amount of white hairs I'm getting. So many things to do, but I just wanna sleep. How urgent are the things? If the things aren't too urgent, then you could just sleep. If the things are urgent, well... Scary squares. Yeah, I guess it can be kind of intimidating. Like right now, there are so many pictures of digital cameras on my on my reference page thingy. If you want to, so this here is what I'm talking about. Like with the circle, you might want to make like gradual. Like this looks somewhat less round, but I prefer it because here. If I do this, like the shape tool gave me, it just kind of looks, kind of raggedy. I don't know. I don't really like I don't like the vibes of this circle. Is what I'm trying to say here. So I'm trying to do a smoother, like smoother 3 dots. Kind of thingy. Ah, thanks also. I'm still trying to think of how I would get you guys to show it. Are you guys okay with using Twitter? Waking up at 5 AM. I have tests. Go to sleep. So if you guys are okay with the Twitter, then we could just share all our stuff there. This looks really all over the place because I'm using so many different pictures of cameras. Okay, I'll pick one picture and then I'll use it. Okay, there. But then that would mean I'd have to change the size of this circle. Okay, that should do it. This is, we can add a bit more depth to this model if we color it. I hate Twitter. No Twitter. I administered Twitter spam. You're interested in this? Nice. Okay, I have an idea. So there's look up image hosting site. So if once you've finished your work, go here. Need to know how to draw Camille for more nefarious reasons. The how to draw class will happen when I figure out how to do it. What color would the camera be? Well, that's what we're getting to. So, let me just add like all the different camera stuff to it. Man, I kind of miss digital cameras. I mean, I'm not really sure how much you can miss it if it's like already trendy now, but you know, back then, like when people would bring their own camera and whenever you went out, that was fun. I liked that. It was a vibe. Alright, now let's color. I want to see how it would look if I use limited colors, so I'll just pick, you know, the... Let's use blue. You could still keep black. Let's use blue, because that's our main color. That's my main color. That's... Someone at Disneyland dropped his camera before the park opened and the lens cracked. Oh, that's... I'm trying to figure out which blue to use. Hatsune Miku-ass camera. That's purple. Blue and... gray. So this is where we start adding more details. Like we could use a slightly darker blue to add shading in the inside. I like to have the outer line still be black, because I think it looks nice that way. Yeah, sometimes removing a pixel like this could make a whole different shape. It's more obviously a button now. Just kind of took some off the middle so that more like a camera lens. Never use black. The game background will always be black. Sort of depends. If you're just making pixel art just to display online, yeah, you could use a darker color if it fits more with your style. Like here, I could just use a much darker blue. Here, I'll color in all the black parts. So it gives a different effect if I do this. I guess we could just do this with various shades of blue and purple. And then... Hello. I don't like this gray. We're just getting the basic colors on right now. So I want the brighter color here. I'll use this. Can't get over a curve, it's pissing me off. There we go. Okay, this top thingy is supposed to be like where the view is coming from, and then here this thing in the middle. Supposed to be a light. Where post image? What do you guys know about Asgore's theme is inspired by Persona 4 OST? I already saw driving in my car edit with Chie. With Chie trying to chase down some bad guys. Here you can add some adding some highlights is just like drawing a few lines. You could also make like some gaps, you know, so that it looks cooler. Iraq Ratos, I forgot who made it, but it was on my YouTube recommendations. So here. Toby actually changed face sense of Kiryu Kazuma. This is all just shades of blue. So easy. You could do something like this to make it look like a more complex highlight. But I don't think it's necessary for this particular thing. Okay, if you're working with an even number of pixels, like distribution can be tricky. Just use lines and stuff. Okay, maybe I overdid it. Yeah, that's good. So at this point, you'll probably have your color palette down. Sharing pictures, go to... I shared something earlier. Look up image hosting. There are some sites that you don't need to make an account on, where that will host images for you. So postimages.org is the one that I used. So yeah, just upload your stuff there, and then I'll check it. Check it, like, I mean, you're not actually being graded for anything. It's just fun to make pixel art. So here's a camera. It could be finished at this point, but I want to add more. Why are blue colored characters in gacha just bunch of gremlins? Well, the color blue inspires light-hearted feelings. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I don't like blue. I want to add another color. Yellow. This Persona Q. How does this relate to Persona Q? Like a what if scenario that the investigation team meets the Persona 3 team. Oh! Because of the yellow, I see. Pick a different yellow. One. If the colors are too bright, you know, you could always change them. Would you add one evil red pixel? Sure. I put all the weird pixels up here. There you go. Don't do that. Too late, I already did it. Finally done, where sent? Here. The link I just shared is a free image hosting site. Can you add on one infected green pixel? Sure, this green looks pretty infected. Are we playing Pixel Battleship right now? Is this Battleship? Can add some more highlights. Alright, so here's our camera. Wait, I want to move it. Evil! Wait, I'll check my... Oh my god, Boob. Hi, hello, thanks for the pet pet. Done. Sometimes just adding a few pixels is enough for like detail. Okay, I just posted it. Hello, Neko. Hi, thanks for the follow. Send the link here because once you've uploaded, that will give you a link. Send the link. Just want to add more detail. Hello! Okay, camera. Camera done? Just a few more pixels. And it's finished. Look, it's... And it's finished. Now, now we sprite a character. So, making a character is a bit more complicated, so I just have this sketch. Which character do you want me to pixel, guys? What is your favorite pixel? Blue pixel number 2. I'd have to say. Camille? Wait a second, I'm gonna go fetch some drinks. I'll be right back.
a magic trick? First, hold out your soul. Good. Now, hold still.
Hey, I'm back. I probably took a fair bit of time. So, you guys have named a few characters, and I will consult the spinny wheel. I'll spin a wheel. Spin wheel. Let me just look at all your suggestions. There's a whole host of characters to choose from. Draw. Okay, here, where's your link? Yeah! So, Amia. I'm just writing down all the names, or typing them. There's only 5 names. Right. If I put it this way, then it makes... If I put it this way, then it looks like I'm, Draw me. Wait. Okay, whatever. You're going and you're going to the wheel. Last call for characters before I start spinning. Look at it this way. It looks like I'm spinning the wheel. Here is the wheel. We shall spin it. Draw me like one of your French girls. You're just a letter A. Miss Josuke. Here. Can't you read? The names are on the side if you find the spinning wheel form too difficult to read. Anyway, Josuke11, you said your link was... You said your link was done? Where's your link? Where's your link? Yeah! So, last call? I'll just add a few other characters. What's the name of... So the link is... So yeah, basically, if you finished any pixel arts from the class, you could send... You could use an image hosting service and then send your link. Alright, I'll take a look-see. Postimages.com. Darn, I should... Redeem posture check? Yes, I am standing up straight. Yeah, here is... Here is the link from Josuke. You can't see the link in the YouTube chat, but you can see it on Twitch. Wait, so you guys can't click the link that I put up there? Wait, is there some... There's some option for this? Crap, not like that. Anywho, I'll spin the wheel right now. We have a winner! You can click on it, but you can't see our links. Oh, so that's how that works. Anywho, so yeah, the wheel has spoken. So I'll make a tiny Josuke. I'll probably try to get back to these other characters in the future. Mari, 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 Mariocho Radio. We love Mariocho. You guys can also pixel your own character. If you find it a bit of a daunting task, you could use a base. There are some free-to-use bases online. I'll make the tiny Josuke as my PFP if you make it good. Do you want it to be... Do you want like a port... Okay. So this is for the chat. Do you want it to be like a tiny sprite? Or do you want it to be like full body? Wait, I didn't mean like a... Okay, I can't really fit like a whole Josuke here, but... Like, you know, like those little sprites that they have in Pokemon. I could try. I'll just sketch out the little base. Upper body. Like Stardew Valley portraits. To full body. Okay, I'll try to make a little sprite. And if... Oh, this is my sketching phase. Just drawing a basic head and body shape. I'll also draw like Crazy Diamond later. But yeah, we probably won't have enough time for Crazy Diamond. His hair. Of course, can't forget his hair. Now that we're on the topic of his hair, like, so Josuke said that he got this hairstyle because of a guy that saved him and his mom when they were in trouble. So he had this sort of hair, and then Josuke thought that Josuke was very thankful to that guy, and his hair looks— oh no, you're gonna get it now, Sean. But then, I don't know, I feel like there were a lot of theories surrounding that guy, but I feel like Araki wrote him to not really have that, which is not really have that much, like, just have a simple explanation for why Josuke gets pissed when people make fun of his hair. Yeah, one of the common theories about that guy was that he's like Josuke from the future. But then we have this sort of— that would imply like a version of Josuke where he doesn't have that hairstyle. So why would future Josuke have that? We're just getting into the sort of chicken and egg thing. Or some weird time travel stuff. Some weird like loop-de-loop shenanigans. What came first, the Josuke or the hair? Exactly! If Bites the Dust could do it, then so could he. Maybe. What is this Roblox? What are these Roblox proportions? Yeah, I think the real answer is just that he's some random guy, but there's so many theories there's so many interesting theories about him. Like, okay, this is kind of the most crackpot of them all, but what if he's part 8 Josuke? Or like, you know, one of the halves of part 8 Josuke. But hey, it's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Dun, 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 dun. Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, now it's time for the face. Also, isn't the reason he looks like Josuke because Koichi is the one retelling it? No, I'm pretty sure Josuke explains the story about that guy that saved him and his mom himself. His hair is kinda hard to draw. This looks like a hat right now. Wait, let me look up some Josuke references. Okay, I think I've got a good shape. Making it like more silhouette-like will give me a better idea of the shapes. Dun, dun. Is it possible to consume the pixels? Only blue ones. If you try hard enough, then sure. Now some ears. He's supposed to be facing kinda up. Okay, this is a bit too much even for facing up. Facing down, I mean. Can't even tell my ups from my downs, darn. Darn tootin'. Dun, 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 dun. Just drawing in some clothes details. This is, Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Want him to smile, you can with this. Don't know how. Eyebrows and stuff. I'll figure it out later. How's it going? Oh, I'm drawing Josuke. Oh, hello. Nagusa 7 days away. Nice. There's 7 stages of grief now? Last I checked, there were 5. I don't like this smile. Okay, now let's add some color. Can you play Josuke's theme in the background? Sure, if it doesn't get me copy striked. Okay, let's add some... Wait, no. Just testing skin colors. Breakdown, breakdown. Anyone know Weather Girl? Da, 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 da. Right, so add some. Right now, I'm just using this shade of purple. Hello, Yosef. And breakdown. Oh. He also has some gold in his outfit. Like here. Also, his jacket's kinda long. This isn't really my usual because I usually do this with like one layer. Now I'm with multiple layers. Now I'm just using one. Wait, let me play some music. Hello. If I'm taking a bit long to talk, it's because I'm looking at the reference. I trying to figure out how to get eyebrows. Yeah, features like eyebrows and stuff might be a bit tricky to implement. Especially with a more limited space. So I will change my approach a little bit. If it doesn't work out, I'll just undo. Kinda reminds me of One-Winged Angel. Oh hey, this is I haven't really fixed his other eyebrow yet. So I just have to smooth out the pixels. So here we already have a sort of basic Josuke sprite. That's Josuke from Fortnite? Is he in Fortnite? I don't think I've seen him do the Doja Cat dance. Anyway, I'm gonna add more stuff. There's only so much I could add. Like, he's got this heart thingy over here. Kinda hard to fit it in though. He kinda looks like that Shusuke meme. Dun, 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 dun. I'll probably post it later. I'll post the stuff. I'll post the stuff that comes from the stream on the social medias later, so you can find it there. I'll add some... Hello! Okay, I'll add something to the top of his hair to make it look more rounded. And okay, it was already fine before. I'm sorry. I won't change it again. Wait, I'm still detailing. Or as much detail as you can add here anyway. So if you want to add detail, like you have the suggestion of like this heart thing that I just kind of put shadow around. It's just 3 pixels to make something that kind of looks like a heart. The buttons or dots, you could add like some trim to his jacket like this. Breakdown, breakdown. Wait, he also has like this thing at the back of his head. Let me add that. Okay, maybe I don't need to add that. some adjustments. This head needs more space. There we go. It looks a bit more... 3 pixels is a lot of pixels. Can't count that high. We'll have to get the counting to 4 class. One! What comes after 1? 2! What comes after 2? So, the symbol Satoru and Josuke, he has a anchor, a heart. I'll do the anchor. And, has this peace sign. I'll make them gold. And have a black outline. This kind of reminds me of those little profile pictures people would have on DeviantArt. You guys remember DeviantArt? Yeah, but not for good reasons. Yeah, what a strange place DeviantArt was. Okay, if I make it this shape, it'll look more anchor-like. Okay, here is the finished product. It's a bit off to the side, but the emblems are, it's a bit off to the side as you can see, but that's okay. Try to make it less obvious. There. Yay. Well, I only have time for one more pixel drawing. Like, I only have time for 2 pixel drawings, the item and the character. The character, I was supposed to explain, like, how I did it. I guess you could have just seen it. Like, I made a little character base, and then I just kept adding details and stuff. My process is a bit weird. I guess you could... Okay. I'll explain something about the facial expression. His head looks oddly flickable. Yeah, he kind of looks like a bobblehead, doesn't he? Anyway, so about the facial expressions. Like, you could see earlier that I was having a bit of trouble fitting in the eyes and the eyes and the eyebrows and stuff. I wanted him to have like an angry face. So, well, yeah, you'd probably need more space in the head, and you could if you're looking at the little chibi thing that I happened off to the side, you could like squeeze it together, kind of make the illusion of something else with different colored pixels like this. Make a illusion of like some sort of boundary. And then yeah, just go from there. Like from afar it looks like from afar it already looks like an angry face, but near it is where you can see more of the work more of like what I did. Looks like an angry face and eyelashes. It's just when you scroll in and it looks a little weird. But don't worry, nobody is gonna scroll in. And if you do scroll in, you're probably gonna only scroll in a little bit. So yeah, I'll post both pixels to my to the social medias later. And while we're still here, well, I guess we could yap a bit more. Like, what's your favorite song? I couldn't find anything else. So, do you still have questions about pixel art? If you guys still have questions about pixel art, you can say something. Should I listen to his old as heck? Well, that's good because they're probably in the public domain. Dun, 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 dun. So here we are, and yeah, the drawing is a success. Wait, I think we can add a bit more. Like, you could make the middle parts of his hair brighter than the others, like, show some sort of highlight. Whoop, I picked the wrong brush. My bad. That was the airbrush. Okay, that's a bit too much. But yeah, you could do stuff like that. How do I draw a blue-haired individual wearing a white hat with a phone, wearing a cape and gloves, boots and stuff? But for no particular reason. The middle? Oh, I mean, both Josuke and Ricardo are very particular about their hairstyle. Although, I don't think Josuke would, beat you up for stealing his hair coupons. Okay, maybe he would. Actually, he probably would. Now that I'm thinking about it. You add multiple pixels. Yes, and all the pixels are Josuke. Oi, Josuke! You're a piece of pixel art now, Josuke! I also add something like this to make it look like he's, like, you know, hair markings. But I think I've already added enough for this. Yeah, sometimes knowing when to stop is a skill. But also, you know, use a different color for facial features and stuff. I think it's okay if not here. Okay, just there. Yeah, you could use like different colors for facial features. There's a lot of stuff you can do. But we'll just keep it simple now. There are more complicated pieces you could do, like, wait, let me look for something I did. Like this pixel art of Daiwa Scarlet I did before. I think I also did this one on stream. Yeah, this one's got a bit more detail. You can see, like, I have some shading on the hair, the shine on her tiara, you could convey stuff like fur with shapes like this. This is also kind of how they do leaves. Like, you have little shapes. You have like her, like, shoulder decorations that look like a brush. And her... Yeah, this one has a bit more color than before. Than the previous one, because it's a lot more complicated. I like to have a black outline, but I understand if it's not something that you guys like. So yeah, we're done. Here's the item, the camera, and the character. Josuke. Damn, you do this in the 3 minutes I left. So, you can also use pixel art to make little symbols, decorate stuff like website, profile picture, whatever. If you're into making personal websites, you could use pixels with little animations to do stuff. Okay, maybe the next class will be about pixel animations. Sing through patches of violet at your highest pitch for as long as you can. Wait, let me try it. There's some karaoke thing here. Much I... Writer. Here I am at the gate I stand. How much you must... Let's just wait for the chorus. forward. And here we are at the... Oh, round and round we go, holding by the pain, driven by our egos, feelings untold, spinning our own versions of the past that you could never know. 'Cause I know I must be the reason why you have never known. I can't do this. The light has been stolen. I must be the reason why you must be all these lies. Wishing you a better life without me by your side. The message has already been sent through patches of my heart. Never doing that again. Let's just listen to the song. I better, happier, brighter future. Here I am at the gate, I stand. Old times I've made up my mind. How much you must have suffered. Sinners, fated land. Oh, round and round we go, holding on to pain, driven by our egos, feelings untold, singing our own versions of the past that you could never know. 'Cause I know I must be the reason why you have given up your smiles and love inside your life. It's got the Killer Queen problem. There's so wishing you a better life without me by your side. The message. When are you to post peak? Wait, I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna save it first. Da-da-dun-dun. Yo, listen to the pretty music. I'm sorry, guys. The pixels have to go. Oh, round and round we go, holding on to pain, driven by our egos, feelings untold in our own versions of the past that you could never know. How do I know? I must be the reason why you haven't. I'm getting lost. Be broken. I cracked. Better life without me by your side. Wait a second, guys. Oh, ready been said. Right, I'm just gonna move stuff around and this is just a larger version for social media. You're gonna wanna make a bigger version. Oh yeah, this is another thing I didn't quite cover. Posting on the social medias. You're gonna wanna make something bigger so that the pixels are more clearly seen. But god dang it, it's so hard to it's so hard to upscale. Oh yeah, we need more music. What's the music? Okay, this is a 1 hour loop. It should keep us busy. Hey! I just had to. It's okay. The cancer cup is very important. So while I'm trying to resize, we could talk about other stuff like how's everybody doing? Did you make something while I was explaining? Do you like it? Do you like what you've made? Or should I do a pixel art class part 2? Hello. Hello, through full time. Wow! Josuke became a brush! Ah! Pixel art class 2 with Camille. You should open Sprite, but I don't have my laptop with me. That's okay. You can look back at the VOD later. Okay, I'll save this as... as a PNG. Okay, let's not do part 2 because of that. You can look at the VODs. Okay, I'll just post it on the Twitter. So here. Ooh. So I could also make like a hashtag if you guys. What are you trying to do? Something just to post on the internet. This is just for social media. I blew both of them up to 300 so that it's easier to see. If you want to use it as profile picture, and you most definitely can, you can just crop out those smaller sizes. So, post your... Yeah, no, I'm just gonna... Wait. So if you guys made something... I'll just follow up with the hashtag later. If you guys have any other method to show stuff besides a hashtag, then... Yeah, it's on the Twitter. My social media links are in the description. Real life mail, that would be fun actually. Like imagine you just get stuff in your mailbox and then it's a printed picture. Like, whoa, this is fire! How old are you? 60. Wait, this background music's a bit too intense for a pixel drawing stream. How to... Okay, so all the stuff I can think about has like a... YouTube is a bit kind of a bitch with... YouTube's kind of a bitch with links. So if you guys have made something, I'll figure it out. I'll post it on YouTube community if I find a solution. But yeah, Cleopatra's pretty cool actually. She was fun to hang out with. Like she'd always talk about all the stuff that she was doing. Hello. She'd always talk about, you know, ruling Egypt, talking to Roman emperors, just Cleopatra things. And if you guys don't use Twitter, you can... Because okay, so for what I'm guessing, only few of you use Twitter. Damn, do you know where she is? Well, unfortunately, she didn't really... she didn't really survive as long as I did. So I'll figure out a way for you guys to share your creations with me. I will... although I'm not really sure, like, I guess you could just look at it among each other and pat each other's backs like, wow, this is great! You could also ask some questions. Yeah, Twitter is good for art, but like, if you're just a casual user... Honestly, I probably would have... Honestly, like, there are other websites to use other than Twitter if you're just like a casual user. But for art and exposure, then... Yeah, I can't really think of anywhere else to go. That's why I'm still on the Twitter, actually. Blue Sky? I haven't opened that in a while. I made one when everybody was moving there, but then I didn't really use it that much. I used it a little bit, but then I'd also post stuff to Twitter. Because you wouldn't really see a lot of fan art on Blue Sky. It was pretty hard to find. Blue mentioned. So yeah, I will figure out a way for us to share our pixel art later. Man, I have... Man, this is one of those situations where you really need a Discord server, but... I'm sticking to my guns. Speaking of guns, man, I really want to play some video games. Y'all just ever think of video games? Like, I replayed I think the first few missions of DMC5 offline because I can't progress the story off stream. I'm just like trying, you know, learning the mechanics and stuff offline. I had fun, yeah. This looks like art made with pixels. Wait a minute, Josuke Joestar. The name is Josuke Higashikata. You're so close to Dante's. I'd love to be close to Dante. There is nothing I want more than to be close to Dante. Okay, I'll shut up. Hey, so, where's Dante? There's two of them. The one that hunts demons and likes pizza. I would like to be close to him. Although I would also like to be, you know... But then, if I tried to talk to Clockhead Dante, they'd just go... You can't really hear what I'm saying. Obviously, part 4 Josuke. Can you hear my clock noises? That's what... That's what it's the... TikTok, TikTok. It just sounds like bootleg Knuckles from the ancient eras of the internet. I'm gonna try to make better clock noises, but then I'm pretty sure they got an actual clock to make the noises in Limbus Company. So, yeah, just to reiterate before I end stream, they remember that Dante can make a money noise. Can't believe him. Clocky the clock. Where post Twitter and my social medias. My social media links are both on Twitch and both on Twitch and YouTube. Like, you just look at the video description on YouTube and the about page on Twitch, you'll see my social media links. One of them's the Twitter, and you can go there. You can go there and check it out. So before I end stream, I'm just gonna. What was I gonna say again? Damn, I got distracted by clocks. So, what was I gonna say? What do I say before I end? Mouth washing on Friday. I'll find a way for us to share pixel art later. I will post YouTube community once I figure it out. And I will see you next time. Josuke is goated. Bye bye. See ya.